Namaskar, myself Prateek. In this session, we are going to discuss conversion of ER diagram to tables. We will discuss handling of multi-value attributes in this session. Let us start this session. Multi-value attributes are those which can take many values. For example, attributes like mobile number, hobbies, skills, all are multi-value attributes because a student can have multiple mobile numbers, a student can have multiple hobbies, and a student can have multiple values of skills. So that's why these will be multi-value attributes for entity set student. As shown in this figure, here we have a customer entity set with columns C number, C name, mobile number and city. C number, C name and city are simple attribute, while mobile number is a multi-value attribute. This multi-value attribute has a symbol of double oval sign. In this session, we will discuss how to convert this entity set to a table. In simple words, we will discuss how to handle a multi-value attributes in entity set. We have already discussed that for every entity set, we need to create a table. So it is clear that we have to create a table for customer. For every simple attribute, there will be a column in the table. So there is no doubt that there will be a column for C number, C underscore name and city in customer table. But the issue is how we can handle multiple values of mobile number in this entity set. There are multiple solutions to handle it. We will discuss each solution one by one and its problem. And ultimately, we will find out the best possible solution to handle this multi-value attribute. One of the possible solution to handle multi-value attribute is to create a column for each possible value of the attribute for a record. Let's suppose a customer can have 3 mobile numbers. Then we need to create 3 columns to store mobile number, as shown in this case. Here we have created 3 columns with mobile underscore number 1, mobile underscore number 2 and mobile underscore number 3. These 3 columns are created along with 3 simple attributes C number, C underscore name and city. Now if we store mobile number in this way, there will be multiple problems. Let us consider this query to find name of customer having mobile number this. Now this particular mobile number can appear in column mobile underscore number 1. This value can appear in mobile underscore number 2 and this value can also appear in mobile underscore number 3. As a programmer, we have a no knowledge that this value is under which column. This value may be present under mobile underscore number 1 or this value may be present under mobile underscore number 2 column or it may be present under mobile underscore number 3 column. So we have to write a very complex query to perform this simple task. And the query will be select C underscore name from customer where mobile underscore number 1 is equal to this number or mobile underscore number 2 is equal to this number or mobile underscore number 3 is equal to this number. So you can see that for a simple operation, we have to write a very complex query. The simplicity of the relational model is lost in this process. This is about retrieve operation. But if we consider update or delete operation, the problem will be much more complex. Now let us consider the task to update mobile number this to this new number. Now in this case, programmer has no knowledge about the column name on which updation need to be performed. He has to write update statement for mobile underscore number 1, mobile underscore number 2 and also for mobile underscore number 3 because this number can appear in any of the column. So programmer has to issue multiple update statements and in this way the simplicity of relational model is lost. So this is not the desirable solution which we are looking for. So we can conclude that we cannot create multiple columns for multi-value attributes because in this process we will lose the simplicity of relational model. The another problem of this strategy is that there will be lot of nulls in the database. As you can see that there are two nulls for C number 101. There is a one null for C number 102. Let's suppose a customer 103 has 4 mobile numbers. Then again we have to add one more columns for mobile number 4. This is not the desirable solution which we are looking for. So we have to look for some another alternative solution. Now let us consider this second solution. In this solution, we try to store multiple values of the columns by comma separation. As shown in this case, here we have a single column with mobile numbers and we store all the mobile numbers by using comma separation values. Now let us give a thought about the problems of this approach. Now you can clearly see that this mobile number is not an integer column. We have to store commas in this. So this mobile number will become a character type of fields. When this become a character type of fields, the integrity of data will be lost. We can store any values in this column. So this is the first issue or the problem with this approach. This model will also have high complexity for retrieval, updation and deletion operations. Now let us consider this update operation. Here we wish to change the customer mobile number from this to this one. Now in order to perform this simple update operation in this database, first we have to search this mobile number from this given string. This will be quite tricky to search this mobile number out of this given string. After searching this mobile number, we have to replace this with the new one. You can clearly understand that this update operation will not easy to perform in this database. We can conclude that the simplicity of relational model will be loose if we store mobile numbers in this way. Now let us consider a retrieve operation over this model. Let's suppose we wish to identify the name of customer having mobile number this. The query to retrieve the detail of customer having mobile number this one will not easy, because here mobile number has been stored like mobile number 1, mobile number 2, mobile number 3. We cannot write query like where mobile number is equal to this, because it is stored by comma separation. So we have to use complex query to perform this retrieval operation. So the simplicity of retrieval, updation and deletion will be lost if we follow this type of strategy. So both of these strategies will not work. So the solution to handle multi-value attribute is to create a separate table for multi-value attribute. And the guideline to create separate table for multiple value attribute is this. A multi-value attribute M of entity E is represented by a separate table EM. So we have to create a separate table for multi-value attribute M. A table EM has attribute corresponding to the primary key of entity E and attribute corresponding to multi-value attribute of M. It means that we have to create a table EM with two columns. One is the primary key of entity set and another a multi-value attribute. For example, if we have this entity set customer, then for multi-value attribute mobile underscore number, we need to create a separate table. This separate table will has two columns. One will be C number and another will be mobile underscore number. So when we convert this entity set to tables, the solution is to create two tables. One table will be customer with all simple value attributes like C number, C name and city as shown in this table. And another table will be created with two columns. One is the primary key of this entity set, that is C number, and another is the multi-value attribute. So the second table will have columns C number and mobile underscore number. So this is the best strategy to store multiple mobile numbers for a given customer. It is further important to note that in first table, this C number will act as a primary key. In second table, this C number is repeated. Mobile number can also be repeated for multiple customers. So the primary key will be C number and mobile number combination. Can you identify any foreign key in this strategy? I request you to pause the video at this point and try to identify foreign key or integrity constraint in this database. After finding it, you can play this video. In this scenario, the C number of second table, which is customer underscore mobile, will act as a foreign key and it will refer to the primary key of master customer table. So this customer table will act as a master. All valid customer information will be stored in this table. The mobile number of these customers are stored in this customer underscore mobile table and it will have two columns, C number and mobile number. The value of C number will be validated by referring the master table. Only those C numbers are allowed in this table which are present in master. We can store multiple mobile number for a customer. You can see that customer C number can have 3 mobile, while customer 101 has only 1 mobile and 102 again has 2 mobile. It is also possible that one customer may not have any mobile number. Then in this scenario, the entry of that customer will not appear in this table. Then customer will have only C number, C name and city information which will be present in master table. So in this way we solve the problem of multi-value attribute. So we can conclude that whenever you get multi-value attribute in an entity set, always create a separate table by involving two columns, primary key of that entity set and that multi-value attributes. Now I have a exercise for you. In this customer entity set, I have 6 columns with C number as key attribute, C underscore name. You can see that mobile number is a multi-value attribute, city is a simple attribute. Here again, hobbies is a multi-value attribute and skills is also a multi-value attribute. Your task is to convert this entity set to tables. You have to identify how many tables need to be created for this entity set and what will be the columns for each entity set. You are requested to solve this exercise. The solution of this problem will be discussed in next video session. To read more about this, you can refer my book Simplified Approach to DBMS, which is available on Amazon platform. I request you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel to receive latest video tutorials on topics like data mining, machine learning, DBMS, big data, NoSQL and many more. To learn SQL in a simplified way, you can join this online course on SQL which is available at Udemy platform. To learn PLSQL in a simplified way, you can join this course on PLSQL which is also available on Udemy platform. I have also authored books on data mining and data warehousing, NoSQL, beginning with SQL and PLSQL for beginners. All these books are available on Amazon platform. To read more about this, you can refer my website prateekbhatia.com. Thanks for watching this video.